Okay guys, back for another cast of the druid. Last time I logged out in Terran Mill in Hillspread Foothills after completing Borrow's Revenge, the quest that I got in Scarlet Monastery from one of my group members that had picked it up in Scarlet Monastery Graveyard. What I did after was transport myself to Desolace and pick up the last quest, the last level 33 quest rather, that I was missing. So at the moment I got 4 quests, 3 of them I picked up down here in sort of the quest hub in the middle, and then there was one quest in this tower. I just picked it up right now. It was called, I should boost this guy. So maybe I should boost myself, and I think I'm gonna go with the food buff this time. So the first 2 of the quests are done, of these 4 level 33 quests is done inside this sort of castle, fortification, whatever. And I think I need this, by the way. Actually gonna put it down here, I think. So when the mobs are almost about to die, I'm gonna use this burning gem to suck the last of the life out of them. I'll give it a go. So the point is not to sort of get them low, but on the other hand low enough so that I don't have to get completely molested by them while I'm sucking the last life out of them, sort of. Oh yeah, by the way, and I handed in one of the last quests from Scarlet Monastery before this video as well. It's the one that was done down in 1000 Needles, a long chain. It starts in a cave here, and you have to jump from a cliff and all kinds of stuff. But in the end, the last quest of that chain rewards you with this mace. I just wanted to show you. I might use it for training weapon skills at some point. But the cool thing was actually that it gave 200 fort reputation, meaning actually 800 reputation total. So all worth it. Part of the quest was done in Scarlet Monastery, by the way. I think he can take one more, and then my crystal. So the question if it's the dot from the Moonfire or if it's this crystal that's gonna kill the guy, but it looks like it was the crystal. One in here. This one down. I seem to be doing sort of well in teamwork with thorns, from my thorn spell and the damage over time of the dot from Moonfire combined with the 3rd dot here, then they go down pretty fast. That's nice. The second quest is in here is the one I picked up by the tower down there just now. Off camera is where I have to this one of these mobs has like a special name. I don't recall what they're like, but they can drop this tower. A tower, Sceptre, sorry. Focused on my warlock ability here. Feels like being a warlock, but sucking and dry like that. Though I haven't played Log for many years. Not true, I got a level 11 warlock, but besides that, Maybe time to heal as well. And one other thing, by the way, they can drop some kind of skin in here, and that's all the sort of the question marks at where I'm located right now. All these, the corruptor. I think most of the mobs here can drop it. Like you can see when I'm questy, will name this guy as a possible mob that can drop it. So I need to grind these guys anyway. Besides doing this burning of spirits quest. Okay. He got a little too much power there. Might as well do the easy pickings here when I can get solo pulls. Oh, and I actually got the skin there. It's this one. What does it say? Flayed demon skin. And as you can see on the map here, when I actually take the quest, it's gonna sort of I have to hand it in. I think it's in the middle, the quest hub in the middle. Yeah, down there. When I hand this quest in, you can see the sort of all these sort of question marks that disappeared from up here. And yeah, it's a level 33 quest as well. See, I'm just gonna stand it there. The mob making this noise here is the mob I'm looking for with the Sceptre. Gonna start out with this guy. The thing about these mobs is that they're not running, they fight to the death. Perfectly for this quest. And I crit in the end, which sucked a little bit. So David's up as well. And let's see, I'm afraid there's probably 2 guys in here. Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm gonna, this is the one I think that can drop the Sceptre. I think I'm gonna drop one and then sort of run away. That's gonna be my idea here. I knew it was kinda be a little annoying this. I'm just gonna heal myself here. Yeah. little sort of ambitious here, trying to do both. And bingo, I got the Sceptre. It was a little, yeah, interesting. Let's see if we can jump down the hill here. I think this... No, it's not one of those guys. So the actual guy that could drop this Sceptre, I guess there's not that many of them, but one of them was up there. I think there might be more inside the castle, but yeah. So I'm gonna root one and then kill the other. And yeah, they do hurt a little bit with those dagger-like damage they have. Alright, that was actually the last of those crystals. There are definitely follow-up quests here. But yeah, first of all I have to turn in the ones I have. Get rid of this aggro I get here. See you boys. But let's see, I got 2 other quests, so that's enough to sort of start out with here. And what else to be sort of, well, there's a couple of wandering elites. They're not that much up in, actually they're not up here in the northern part of the map, but they are wandering around the southern part, but they're very slow and noisy, so one should be warned in good time. Anyway, next quest of the day are mobs up here in these sort of elven ruins here. And I guess I don't need to kill them all, not like this guy, but this one here. Tricksters I don't need, but this guy, same. Yeah, guess I better replenish. So, David and I are planning to go to Alderman at some point because the artisan enchanter is there. With his 60 hunter, I guess. Or not, I guess, I'm sure. So my mate is kind of low, and I need my mate is an enchanter as well. And the problem is for people that doesn't know is that the artisan enchanter is inside the dungeon of Uldaman, and yeah, it's rather annoying to get to, or she is rather. See if we can get up here. Nope. How about there? Hmm. There we go. So I got up back eventually. See if I can actually move here. Nope. So I got a priest and a mage, and actually I made my warlock enchanter as well, and that may sound rather stupid. You could say, what do you need 3 enchanters for? Well, this is hardcore, remember? So one of them might die, and it's always nice to have an enchanter. They don't make a lot of money actually, they only cost money really for recipes and stuff, but they're really good to have with, say, enchanting gear, especially Bylon equips. Say like this one was enchanted by probably my mage. So that 50 extra mana, it's worth a little bit, and the same here, 5 intellect on braces. So an enchanter is pretty much for your account, exactly like what an alchemist is, meaning often it can help all of you guys on that enchant, or with that profession. Bugger. Interrupted myself. Just checking if this is a bot, but it didn't look like it. And by sort of the quick glance of if it's a bot or not is if the pet has these sort of Asian symbols, then it's very often a bot, that's for sure. Not always, of course. Although her running patterns are rather strange. But actually I think a bot would send the pet first instead of risking getting any aggro. Nope. And I don't need any of those guys either, so I'm just gonna run through here. I wonder if this is the same quest, by the way, that the Alliance have. I mean, with the same kind of mobs at least. Or if they actually need the ones that I don't need, that would be sweet. Some kind of stealther here. Was this guy? Yeah. By the way, all while David is pushing us to go, not pushing, but he is asking in a friendly way to visit the artisan enchanter. I think he would like to help because I've been helping him a lot lately, and he feels like he wants to pay some back, and it's fine. But like I said, it's level 40 plus area. Not to mention that his level 60 hunter has to. Oh, and now that I'm thinking of it, the 60 hunter we can't even go inside the same dungeon. So that's an issue. I just have to write that to him. So um. So there's a stealther right there. And a scorpion right there. But yeah, the whole plan is sort of screwed then with the charging stuff because level 60s, I think it was, to be honest, I think it's event boosting, but on the other hand, you can almost be as well boosted by level 59, at least in many dungeons, lower level dungeons. But also but it's more like level 60 dungeons can be reset every day, and that's not the rest of us, the peasants here, we have to wait for reset the once per 24 hours. So it's not, you could say it's not the same kind of dungeon as the level 60 can just do them over and over and over again because they haven't got any other content really to start. So it would suck if you could just do a dungeon and that's pretty much all you can do that day besides farming really. So getting something done, nice and steady. Guess we need both of these guys. I'm just gonna root one and kill the other. Could hear another stealther over here. Where are you? Looks like the hunter, the alliance, the night elf hunter came from up here, so I guess she's cleaned out that area. So I'm gonna try up here for yeah, rogue fellsworns and betrayers is what I need. So 2 rogues there, and that's kinda cool. Those guys I got. Yeah, that guy as well. Betrayers I need though, let's see. I don't think there's too much trouble getting away here, so... Oh. So I'm not that worried about the escape path, it's more like... Oh yeah, and I can't even read because I'm standing technically inside of the street that's really wide open, so that's fine. Fair enough. But what I meant about, usually I'll try and make an escape route. So that... yeah, I got a clear way sort of to run away in case things should go sideways. And I guess I still got that. Technically I would run this way. So let's see, I need 2 more Felsworn. According to Questy there can be one of them down there, but it was a rogue. I think it's fairly random where these guys spawn. Maybe not 100%, but in that general area you could say. Oh. Rogue, Betrayer, Rogue. But I did get 5 of them just by sort of getting over here, so I could always, I guess, just go back maybe. And maybe if the rogue was up here, interesting, there's 2 silver up here. If the Knight of Thunder didn't take all those guys up here, or if maybe she wasn't even up here. But there's none of the mobs, there are none of the mobs that I need. One down there though. Cool. You're dead meat, bro. And last Felsworn is right there. So the guy that just died, it was from one of the mobs inside Whaley Caverns. Might have been trying to solo the area. I did so myself as well for the sort of the quests outside the instance. Oh, and yeah, I can show you a little trick while I'm up here on how to explore the Alliance sort of base without getting too close to the guards. These sort of lights here is the pathway up to the Alliance encampment, the main Alliance encampment. And I think the guards are around level 40, maybe 45, somewhat higher than the local fauna, which is a 32. So I'm gonna keep a distance to those guards, of course. I might be wrong. Ah, there they are. Yeah, 45. So It's not exactly the way to explore to run up there, but it's possible to get close to the encampment. It's sort of based up in these mountains here. And as you can see, just by staying here, I actually explored it. It's called, I'm probably not gonna pronounce that correctly, but it's called Nigel, yeah, Nigel's Point. And now that I'm here, I think I didn't get to explore the area up here. I might have, I might haven't, because usually when I'm here for the first time in Desolace just to get the fly point down in Shadowprey Village, I'll usually come from up here. It's Stone Mountains, and there's actually an area up here that can be explored. I don't remember if I did it last, because when I come here for the first time I'm pretty sort of in the lower end of the food chain here. So I'm just gonna have to see if I explored it when I was here. Just like I'm, I guess, a completionist with doing all the quests, and I prefer exploring the map. Maybe not out in the extremes, but if it's fairly easy, why not? Oh. Yeah, it's called Tetris Aran. Apparently maybe there's an alliance encampment up here, I don't know. But you can get that while, if you just run down on the road, you're not gonna get that area explored. But I must admit it looked pretty explored, and I do get the sort of the area name as well by just holding my mouse over it, so I did get it, no problem. When I came here, I mean the first time. Anyway, back to hand in quests. I'm gonna start with the tower guy as Azore Aldemort. Oh. Without hogging the local fauna too much. These guys can be pretty nasty, I'm sure. Especially if you're like level 30 or something like that. There's a lot of these packs, hyena packs in the area. And the further south you go on the map, the level of these packs will increase. So I think there are packs down there around level 40 maybe, and that would be, yeah, almost the death of me, I think. To I mean, getting dazed by a pack of like that. So yeah, one gotta like keep your eyes open here. So the last quest I got, not the last, but of the level 33 quest that I picked up, then this one is really grindy. I just have to kill mobs, I think, until I get friendly with another faction. And it'll take quite a while actually. But it's a good quest for, say, if you're waiting on a dungeon anyway. And that's probably what I'm gonna use it for. The next dungeon I'd like to do is Gnomeregan. I bring one quest there, and I think there's 2-3 quests inside. I don't think any of them rewards any reputation. I seem to recall there was a goblin that could be escorted in there, but last time we were there it didn't show anything, so maybe it's from another patch or something before vanilla. Maybe that NPC was added. But there is a semi-rare drop. It's a drop from a special kind of mob. It's a ring, I think, that will give you a quest that might give some reputation, I'm not sure. And then there's a lot of sort of trash stuff that drops that will sort of be kind of questy like. I'll show you when I get there. Yeah, but Sunday will be a good day to get a group going for a dungeon like that, I think, like Gnomeregan. Sunday is also usually like Day of the Dead, I'd almost call it. There's a lot of people that maybe mainly or only play on Sundays, and it shows when in the deathlock. Anyway, this was a guy that asked about the Sceptre, so there we go. And he gives a level 38 instead. I'm just gonna drop that for now. By the way, this was Sergeant Dawn reputation. Faction that's mainly in sort of the eastern and western plaguelands, way later on. So they have a few NPCs standing, yeah, here and there in the world map as well. There's nothing that leads to this guy that I know of. It's only due to Questy sort of showing him, and I think I've accidentally found him sometimes when, yeah, I was just exploring the map. Back in the day, I mean, before Questy. So like many years ago, really. And I know for a fact that the hyena pack I talked about before, it can be here as well. In this area, I mean. And those packs might even say like cross the road, stuff like that. So it's not like there's any place here that's like 100% safe beside the horde bases, really. Maybe if you stood up here on the cliff close to the base, but it would have to be something like that. In order to be 100% safe, you could say. So, 2 quests to hand in here, and I bet there are follow-ups to those. Or was it 3? Yeah, 3 quests to hand in. This is one of the odd quest chains where you hand in a quest of a certain level, and then you will get another one of a lower level. Seem to recall. Let's see. Yeah, so he's doing some talking, and I think he pops another quest eventually. Shadowstalker scalp, where do I get that? Oh. Okay, so I have to go back and get a scalp from one of the guys that I just came from, so to speak. And then this guy offers another quest, speaks to Keldren in Orgrimmar, sure. So I guess it's not now that he's doing what I told you, that he will give you a lower level quest, but I'm pretty sure he did. Maybe he did already, I don't recall, when I came here first. I know that he does that, he's not the only one, so though. Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna replenish my mana. There we go. Yeah. So there's I got one for all that I handed in. I got one new level 33 quest. Not true. 2. One where I have to sort of report in Orgrimmar, and I will. And then another one where I have to go sort of get that scalp. But I realized when I ran north that there was a level 34 quest over here. This guy in the hut here, one of the goblins, he offers these kind of sort of, it's always sort of, it's not always, but it's often quests like, you know, you have to use this weird thingy to do some kind of weird stuff, and yeah, then you get rewarded. And same thing here, I need to use some kind of, let's see, some kind of device in order to bring this guy some Kodos. It's kind of repetitive, but I have a major advantage because um, I got travel form. So I have to pick up 5 Kodos. Sometimes they can run around wild here, but it's like a sort of Kodo patrol that runs around. But usually it's the easiest part is just to go get them down here by the graveyard. There are a ton of them. So, and you use this thing here. And I found out it doesn't matter what kind of transport speed you got, it will follow you, as I recall. So you could do this sort of mounted and it wouldn't disappear. Then when you get it up to him, you have to inspect it for him as well, meaning you just have to pretty much interact with it. So I'm gonna wait for it here. It's coming here at maximum speed. Bingo, and then I just have to like, bingo, by interacting with it I have inspected it, and let's go get it 1 more, or 4 more. So I can easily sort of contain all the level 33 quests here, without getting above 5 character levels above the quest level. So I might as well do there's a single level 34 quest here, I might as well bring it as well, now that I'm here. Bingo, off we go. And you just have to like be fairly close to the quest giver here in order for the interaction to work. Bingo, interact, ta-da. So yeah, I got the hang of it now, I think. I guess the mob, maybe it might get stuck in the pathway to follow you, but that seems to be the only trouble I can imagine here. Or you might run into some mob here and you have to fight it, but it seems like you got 5 minutes to hand in the mob or the Kodo. Yeah, well, just to make it short, about the artisan enchanter, I think it's, to my knowledge, the only enchanter that is sort of stuck in a really bad spot is the one inside Alderman, the instance of Alderman. And not only that, so you have to sort of like clear out an area to get to her. The characters, like say the female version of what's his character, Harrison Jones in the Lost Ark, etc. Sort of a, you know, an explorer like that. Indiana Jones, the female version of Indiana Jones, like the same kind of hat stuff. and she's an archaeologist, sort of. That's the vibe you get from that NPC, but she's been stuck inside the instance. Is the story behind it. So when you get in the area of her tent inside the instance, there will be a ton of scorpions. I think that you can't avoid being attacked by. I don't think it wouldn't be for this character if I was an enchanter to get to the artisan enchanter. I wouldn't like it even as level 60 unless I had some really nasty AoE, because I don't like being hit, not even by I think level 40, 45 mobs. Not a lot of them at the same time for sure. So we are talking enchanting from 225 to 300, meaning artisan enchanting. So what I've done on my priest, I did do the instance once. My priest is level 54, I think. I don't play her much, and I actually don't know why I didn't record her back then, because I've been playing her pretty much the same way as my other characters, but nevertheless, I was in there once and learned the recipes I had at that moment, and I got to 300 enchanting as well. And I actually, after I did that dungeon where with my priest, I got my they had a warlock in that group that could port alts to a back entrance in the instance that we had just cleared, and we were obviously all of us below 60, so we didn't have the same problem as I will have with David's level 60 hunter, where the dungeons are sort of different and you can't do them together. I mean, a 60 and a below level 60 character. So I asked if they could teleport my mage, and they said yeah, sure, and not teleport but port, the warlock kind of portal. Otherwise this was the last. Yeah, it's pretty decent stuff actually. Let's see, I'll go with silver still though. Okay, quest done. I'm gonna go for that, what was it, Shadowstalker Scalp. But like I said, it was easy to get a level 35, 37 mage in there, because the instance had just been cleared, and I did actually have an escort in the shape of some of the other guys in the dungeon group that I had just cleared with my priest. And my priest sort of talked to the artisan enchanter when I was in there anyway, you could say, from doing the dungeon. But the problem is for my mage as well as my priest is that I didn't have high enough skill level in enchanting to learn all the recipes. So that's where I'm missing out. And that means you have a hard time leveling enchanting because you're missing a lot of the sort of basic enchanting recipes. And that's again pretty much what makes enchanting a little annoying. Oh, by the way, that's one of the elites. But what makes enchanting a little bit annoying compared to many other just think I'm gonna keep my distance to this guy. This guy is part of a quest. It's a quest where you have to pick up 3 different items from various mobs from pretty much all over the world map. So I knew he was there. And you will often have people without questy, sort of, have anyone seen the Wave Strider or whatever his name was? Because they're doing exactly that quest and they don't have questy probably. What's that? Nothing. Yeah, I actually do know what this. We're gonna get aggro. Yeah. And instantly dazed here. So imagine being chain dazed like this by 5 hyenas. The hyena pack I was talking about before, that would suck a lot. Talking about the hyena pack. So I'm gonna keep it distance to those guys, that's for sure. Yeah, it's easy to get entangled in all kind of wildlife here. And chain dazed to pieces, really. Daze is a spell or ability that mobs have, for people that doesn't know, of course, that if you turn their... They can only do it if you have their back to them. So if you try to run away, they can sort of instant... they have many... A lot of mobs have this ability to pretty much instant daze you. So it's not always easy to get away from a bad pull. Yeah, okay, I guess someone else is trying to... is on... Maybe someone else is on the same quest here. I don't know about the drop rate. I think I've gotten it last time from the first mob, really. But it might not happen this time, though. Shadow Stalker. Nope. Alright. Yeah, the brew speed, I don't really need it. It's too level. Oh, there's one here. It's too low level now for being interesting for me, really. Sure, I could use it maybe for some kind of potion or low level or something like that, but it's nothing I really care much about. And they don't sell for anything out really, so... Okay, so it wasn't 100% drop rate. I think last time I got it first chance. Nope. Someone else might be on this quest as well, but I think it looks like it's a bit more like random corpses. Like this guy, for instance, he can't drop it. I can see that from Questy. But yeah, there's often a lot of traffic here because both Horde and Alliance have the same quest shop here. Just gonna see if there's any of them up here. The Fell Swarm. It probably looks like that Warlock has been up here as well. Okay, so actually there's none of them up there. Maybe I'm just unlucky that the mobs have respawned as something else, you could say. I think some of them share, you know, the spawn, so if you kill one it can spawn as either this or that. And I just got all the wrong spawns, maybe. Let's see... yeah, there's actually one here. See if I can nuke this guy solo. Actually, I could. Okay, so this was a little stupid. Should have rooted the other guy, really. And yeah, they do hurt a lot, actually. And another days, as you can see, the good old chain days here. I don't need this guy, so I'm just gonna dump him. That happened right there. So where's the corpse? It's right here. Hopefully this guy drops one. Nope. Got a feeling that she might be a bot, but yeah, I got nothing to have it in really. Just seems odd that she's grinding here, but yeah, sure, maybe. The ways of the alliance, I don't understand them. I guess. Bingo! I actually got it here. Cool, cool. I have sort of now I just sort of settled with I'm not gonna get it easily, and then I got it. But that was the third mob, so yeah, I don't know. I just remember that last time I got it first time, and then I thought, yeah, okay, it's 100% drop rate. You're only gonna be annoyed by sort of getting the trip back here from where you just came. And our old buddy, what's he called? Deep Strider giant. Could I solo him? No, definitely not. He'll have to have too many hit points for. I'll sort of wear out my mana pool before I maybe got him to like half his hit points, or maybe more. But if I could do him 5 levels above, yeah, sure, probably. Okay, so level 41 got killed in Sulfurak just now. I saw just when I logged in that they were making a group for it. Gansula is actually, I'm not quite sure what kind of, or if it's one. I think it's one of the sort of sub bosses in Sulfurak, in the dungeon of Sulfurak. And I guess he must have gotten aggro or something like that, but he was fairly low level. Now that I'm thinking of it, level 41, that's very low I think for Sulfurak. Maybe that's why. It's like, it's a built-in mechanic that mobs have a very high chance of giving you a crushing blow if you are, I don't know, 5 levels or something like that below them. I don't remember exactly how much lower level you have to be, and the crushing blow is actually it's the same as they have a chance to crit on you. So they will hit hard and they will hit double the damage. Yeah, and that's felt if you are sort of in the wrong neighborhood, you could say, with mobs that are way too high level for you. That's why I say a low level tank will struggle. because he will, when the mobs hit him, they have a pretty high chance of critting on him. But basically it's about being patient, you know. Do some more world questing, take it easy. Alright, let's see. Maybe it's this guy that gives a quest that's lower level. So the one I'm turning in is 33. Oh, and what you offer 35, that can wait though. So what I'm gonna do now is pick up this grave moss. I think it's a fairly low level herb actually, but I'm just curious about what you can actually use them for. And I have a few in my bank anyway. I know that from leveling my alchemy, which I've sort of brought up to 263. Some of the potions that are beginning to become really interesting now are, say, arcane elixir, and with extra spell damage. And there was even maybe more so is elixir of greater intellect. Any of my casters that reach level 37 would love a potion like that. Okay, quite an alliance area here. Not area, but there's a lot of alliance players questing here. That's just fine. So the final level 33 quest I got here is simply killing mobs down here. I'll kill a few and I'll show you. I need to hit neutral with a faction down here that I think I'm unfriendly with. And I think for each mob that I kill, I'll get 20 reputation, something like that. With the and it's two opposing factions of Kolkar actually. And you have to sort of, the quest is about getting benefit with one, and that will hurt your faction reputation with the other. But maybe if I kill a few of the mobs, you'll see what I mean. So another alliance that has killed all my mobs. Oh, he hasn't. There's one there, for instance. So I'll start killing this mob, and I'll show you reputation-wise what will happen then. I usually pick this faction because you can actually reverse this scenario and kill the other way around, sort of. But what happens here is when I kill one of these guys, I will sort of decrease my reputation with these guys. These are Makram, and then I'll increase my reputation with 20 on the opposing, the Gelkis clan. The Gelkis clan is located down here, by the way. And if you want to, you can actually change the scenario for whatever the reward you want. There's no sort of benefit from it being, it's not like they have some kind of vendor that you can change your reputations into items or stuff like that, so you'll only do it just for the fun of it, or maybe from killing time for waiting for an instance. So I might do that later. I think I'm gonna call this an episode though, so see you in the next video. Take care guys, bye bye.